Greetings, everybody. Hello. How you doing out there? It's your girl DJ Smooth. How y'all doing? Look, I know this might be new, but it's not new. It's new, might be new to you, but yeah. Oh Lord, I'm supposed to hear myself. Y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, great. Um, so basically, me and my girl Tamasha, 1 in a million. If you haven't seen us, then you need to do your research. We out here, we clear. We're doing a wake up recap. We're doing a wake up recap on Ready to Love season 10. We're gonna cover the first 2 episodes. So our opinions. Um, that's about it. If you don't like it, sorry. Um, we are straight from just cut from the same cloth, like we said what it is and what it's not. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead on and bring my girl on, Tamasha, 1 in a million, and I'm going to also maybe touch on Family or Fiance. So yeah, but as of right now, we're just gonna cover Ready to Love 10 episodes 1 and 2. That airs every Friday, 8, 7 Central. So Marsha, let me know when you're ready. Go ahead and bring her on. There she is.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
What's going on?
You know, chilling smooth. Been in real reality world, so I've been enjoying that. Seeing Ready to Love kicking off with the 2 episodes, and I said,
Right?
okay, here we go. So I said, now that it's officially back on, it's time to get back in the streets. So yeah,
So you want to kick off episode
yo,
one? Like
I'm
how
gonna
you
tell you
feeling
what.
about it?
Yeah, because I was looking. That's why I was looking like which way we swinging, man. Because listen, I think episode one was a curveball in itself because we didn't know how. We're so used to him eliminating people. So off the top, the first thing that stood out was that okay, he did some elimination, but he kept them around. So that was a nice little curve right there that kind of took the anxiety off. That made you want to watch episode two. But
Yeah.
episode one was telling me some things, though, as far as Philly. See, I've never lived in Philly. I know people from Philly. I've traveled through Philly. So I found it very intriguing to see the dating aspect, to kind of dip in and see through television screens. So even though we know there's some script and all of that, there was a few things that was consistent all the way around. Editing, no editing. That mouth is something serious in that area. Keep that mouth is that communication is that junk as they say is very straightforward that way. So I'm learning right there off the top. This is going to be a very vocal group, male and female. What I'm saying? So I'm curious on how this is going to start impacting each person as they start getting to know other couples and stuff started getting more competitive. So sorry I'm moving around. But yes, I'm curious. I am curious. You can hear me? I think you muted, Mama. It's showing your mic muted. Yeah, it's showing your mic muted. Yeah, you muted. You unmute. You muted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no. There we
Hey,
go. Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yeah. I can hear you well. I was just looking like, oh snap, you
I
muted.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well now.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. You see, I got the wireless joints on. Yeah,
Yeah, look,
yeah.
I was looking at that when you put them in.
No, it was giving me some double feedback because I got the speakers and they was talking or you was talking. I was like, shit, there's too many people in here.
Listen, I understand that.
Yeah, now it's giving me like a delayed hearing, but I hear you clearly.
It might be this weather that's coming. They say it's supposed to rain the next couple days. I guess we're gonna get some overcast. So because there ain't none of this start until the past 25, 30 minutes.
So
So.
yeah. So first off, let me start by welcoming my girl to Houston. Mm, 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 mm,
Get your
mm,
ass.
mm, 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 mm.
Listen,
Oh, here you go, talking shit into existence. Here you go, talking about some damn rain.
I told you. Yeah, I know that water now. I can smell
So
rain.
this cast, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was very difficult to watch episode 1 and 2. It was very difficult. Um and you did.
Yeah, I did.
Billy is
It was funny
very
to me.
animated yet understated.
Hmm.
Um I appreciate the the age range this season,
Hmm.
right? They didn't sprinkle in no babies. No,
Yeah.
um you got people with kids, no kids, the varieties of careers is a shocker for me. Um I yeah, I'm looking at the list and I'm like, well, we got I mean, they in there.
It's diversity. This is what's going on
So
in the dating world. So,
hold on, because that's they got an echo and I don't like it. It's supposed to be echo cancellation. What are you doing?
hey, I had to hit that too.
Yeah, but it's still echoing. Y'all bear with us. This is our first. Y'all bear with us because this is, our first joint that we putting together. But don't worry, we're gonna tighten the screws and we're gonna get it tight, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna jump right into my take or 1 and 2, and then I'm gonna let Tamasha 1 in a million put her razzle dazzle, greasy oily spin on it. Um, because these people, these people. Um, so let's start with they had they did a repeat of last season where they separated both the mixers,
Hmm.
right? Um, I was adding, and it wasn't a even 20. Am I off? Is my count off? Like
Mm-mm.
it wasn't an even 10 and 10 this season,
No, I
right?
want to say, yeah, you're right. I want to say it was 10 and 10. He just didn't eliminate both on the second episode, so it balances back out to 20.
Oh, okay. So
Hmm.
the first episode was a little weird. Everybody seemed like mad awkward, right? Which was fine. Um, I feel bad for Will because he just had the giggles. Child, every joke did not land, but he laughed anyway. And I think that was it was an admirable characteristic because he's able to laugh at himself, even though he's not funny, right? Which is it's a because I know he's like a biotech engineer, right? So it's like a little corny, nerdy. you know, so they were like, well, he was nervous. I was like, he in his 40s. Like, you need to
If
get
he
a
feels a little
shot,
nervous,
take you
that's
some
well.
wine.
Yeah, he got to find his pocket, because he really was laughing at everything, especially the
Yeah, but
second
here's the
episode.
thing.
But he
Yeah,
was
but the
nervous.
thing is you received the exact same feedback from both
Hmm.
mixes.
Right.
So who's
That
the
says something.
problem?
That
Who's
says
the
something.
problem? It,
Well, let him tell it. That just wasn't his pond in the sea. So I said, oh, okay. So I found his confidence is high in himself for his own reasons, is what I could take on that because neither group swayed in that. And so it
right,
was interesting watching, two separate groups who had no communication prior dealing with one person that had that same. Like there was one that said Sahara came on strong, but it wasn't even in a derogatory. It was just not for him because she had more of a pull on the second than she did the first. The first didn't think
right.
that, they just couldn't land. So it spoke on a few things as far as sometimes the first time around it just may not be your night. If you go out that night, you might not meet that, but you might go out on a Wednesday and run into, same place, different day and run into a whole different group of people. So for Sahara it worked, but for him it did not. That it
Well,
did
first
not.
off, no. Well, Sahara was coming on strong the first episode. But
I think she was just herself.
I'm gonna tell you what got her ass canceled episode 1. My baby got on national TV and said that the earth was flat. And that's period point blank. Ain't no conversation about it. Cut it. That's it.
Yeah, that second episode. Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. Cause see
And
her
she's
her
talking to a
swing.
traveler.
Yeah, and I have, that's a whole separate debate as well. That's always the great debate, whether the earth is round or flat. So some people take that to the literal, especially for their foundational beliefs. They don't believe that it could be. So for her to be such a spiritualist, you know, coming from her root and then looking at him that's a traveler and he seems spiritual and he believes it's round, that's gonna be a problem. They can't even agree on the earth, and neither one of us was there in the beginning. So yeah, no, that hit. What was his name? I'm trying to remember his name off the top, but oh my god, he faded. But he was in the second group, dark skinned dude, white suit, gold, put together beard. They didn't bump him and Sahara. But she got along good with the fire dude. He liked him.
Right.
You know what I'm
Fritz.
saying? Huh?
Fritz. Fritz.
Yes, Chris. I call him Fireman, and then we got old girl that's the Fire Woman. I like them.
Okay, so I took my note.
Mhm.
So it was a couple of things that caused me to pause on this group, right? So Deanna, Dina, Dina.
Mhm.
All right, so I got some questions, right? So Rocky from the second group was about she wanted a man with facial hair, and she had made com- a comment about she didn't want no man looking like no naked mole rat or no pedo, right? So I thought that was a little unnecessary. Yeah, I thought that was a little
My bad. I'm
unnecessary.
just talking. I'm just running my mouth too. Like,
You was
yeah,
on
no,
mute.
she was, yeah, I know. I was like, dang, she was forward. Some of these ones know exactly what they want. They not bending from it, even if it doesn't seem realistic. So that's
Yeah,
what tickled me.
I figured out what the echo was because my YouTube was open.
Oh,
Yeah. My YouTube to streaming was open. But hey, look, make sure y'all click subscribe and like. Make sure y'all follow Turn Up the Mic DJ Interactions. Make sure y'all follow, subscribe, like, and comment on Television Boulevard. That's both of our channels. Um, we are separate but equal, and also we think as one. Bars. Um, and I appreciate everybody for coming in with us, bearing with us to get this stuff together. Um, but I got questions. I got
I think we're
questions.
gonna get some answers. We're
Yeah, I
gonna
got
get some
questions.
answers.
I got questions. So we got a lot of the cast that they don't have children, right? Is that a deal breaker for you? Like, like if you, because you have children, I have children, right?
Mhm.
But my children are grown. So where you're at in this space, is that a deal breaker? Like, do you have an age limit on kids, or like if the kids are undisciplined, or if there's a lot of baby mama drama, like is that a deal breaker?
I think
Yeah,
for me,
yeah, I
yeah, I
got you
think for
some
me it
questions
would
in. I
be
got your ass. Uh
well, because I was trying to make sure I answered it fairly. Because
huh.
before children, I used to have, a rule where okay, 1 to 2, no more. Because and that really shifted because of my age. Even though I was a older parent, 36 and a half, I went a majority of my 20s and half more of my 30s single as far as no children. So I was able to
Right,
move in that. So it was only common sense for me after 25 to start accepting, okay, when you start dating, as you get older, so does the person that you're interested in, and they may have had a life already in the making. So it shifted me from being so critical if I ran into someone who's 30 and may have a child compared to someone who's 20 and have a child. When you hear that, you're like, oh my God. But when you're 30, it's like you start to mature in your mind, like, hey, that's like you dating a 40-year-old. You saying no children. Well, they may be a grandparent by that time. So it's just certain things you kind of evolve into depending. Now that I have children, I'm actually preferring someone that does. And it may sound selfish for my reason why. Because I feel that at some point that person's gonna want their own. Um, Now whether or not y'all go down that road is one thing, but it's not gonna change the fact that that's what that one may want. And you would not want, hold on real quick. And this is why I answered that question, because this is exhibit A of why you want to make sure things are compatible. Because before having children, certain things used to
yeah,
flare me off. After having children, it's like it's built in. So you want someone when you have children to have that exposure because they have some type of tolerance divine to understand it because they have them. So it's a fine line. Now, that being said, I do think the person has the right who doesn't have children to stand on what they feel. And I think that's where a lot of people get in their feelings about because they feel like you need to accept this other person just because they're a good person. You need to accept this. And I think that's something that's kind of unfair because you like who you like, but you also have a choice in which luggage you want to carry. And for one of the characters, goodness gracious, everyone's mine. But one gentleman, he's a Sagittarius, and he got 5 children, 3 baby mamas, and he has a little crush on Kiara or Kiki, and the self-proclaimed princess. And when even though she has 2 children of her own, hearing him have 5, that just opened up all kind of things that was too far out for her. Some of the other women vocalized the same, and it wasn't a dagger at him or
yeah,
anything, but it's just the reality of the situation of if this isn't, it's only coming packaged in so many ways. Either
right,
one woman with all 5 children, or 5 different baby mamas with all 5 different children, or either way, there's some mixture of variation. And his variation is 3 baby mamas with 5. So so that you're not just dealing with 5 children, you're dealing with 8 people, 3 adults and 5 children, and add him, that's 4. That you have to keep dealing with. So that love for him has to be so secure that you're willing to go on three separate interviews with three other mamas that don't been down this road with however many he don't brought around because of their child. Is that worth it? Like all of
Yeah,
this is what flashes through the mind in point 0.2 seconds of someone that's been down that road or have earned their grade on that path. For some who have not, they've tried. So that's why I'm not so critical on either side because
yeah,
he is owning his situation. He's employed, he takes care of them, he's very proud of it, he doesn't hide it.
yeah,
However, I think that uh, and just we don't put the weight on the person that has the children to be realistic about their situation and be mindful that and be okay with the fact that even some people you like may not want to pick that bag up even if they could. They really just may not want to do that for their reason. So
right.
I'm curious to see if Kiki gonna fold in his direction because he was like, to Tommy, he was like, I feel like she loves unconditionally. And Tommy kind of gave him a look like, what does
How
that
do you
have to
know that
do?
already?
And that kind of speaks volumes on what he leads with. He's an emotional man, so he leads with, love answers all. But after you get bit, you can't call the light company, hey, you have a balance of $150. Love answers all. They gonna cut them lights off. You can't so people that have an emotional charge or lead in life kind of battle with reality. So I'm curious to know how he can navigate this process with that. Not necessarily say how he can win, but just to know how he navigates that. Because whether it's the show or not, I am sure he's run into this before.
Yeah. Well, this is my thing, right? So I can't judge the man having 5 kids and 3 baby mamas because stuff
Yeah,
happens,
facts.
right?
Right. He's living life.
Um, but I would say at my age, um, I would need if okay, I would need the children to have some sort of independence to where
Yeah.
you won't go to jail leaving them at home by themselves. I would say that for me. Um, yeah, I would definitely need like, you know, that to be part of our conversation, or you have a great child care plan set up so that um we can go do what we want to do when we want to do it, right? So that's what I would say. Um and hey, it's no cap to nobody else. It's just we're Tamasha and I are coming from what we want, what we're looking for, what we're, we just adding our little spice to the pepper. Um so I also wanted to talk about Coley and Cisco.
Coley.
So yeah, so Coley to me was really aloof. Um Real surface, like her conversations. I don't want to call the girl a ditz, but she just was stuck in her own bubble and did not give that to anybody else. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Like she came
her,
off kind of airheadish. I'm not
yeah,
calling
that's
her
what
an
I mean.
airhead, but she comes
Yeah,
off, or as they say on the West Coast, you come off blonde. She just came off
yeah, it
real
was it was real. It was
valley
really
girl.
aloof. Like I don't even know if Valley would be a good
Yeah,
thing.
she'll
Like
fit
it
in
was real.
California.
Yeah, I mean, she's a flight attendant, so
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that
but
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. Oh, yeah, because I mean, the only thing you look for character wise or standards wise is the height of a man. Girl, sit down.
That's all. That's her foundation. That tickled me when she said it. when the producer
Yeah, and
says,
I was
"Okay,
like,
describe him," and she's like,
it crickets after that. If I was the producer, I'd have been like, "Yeah, I think
I think
we
he
didn't
was
vet we
laughing
didn't
too.
vet you good enough." I would have been laughing, but I would also have been like, "Yeah, we didn't vet you good enough."
I think he had thoughts. I'm not gonna take nothing
Absolutely,
from him. I would love
absolutely.
to know what he was thinking. But
I don't,
I think, go ahead.
I don't know. Ooh. I mean, they had some firecrackers on this season, and they had some duds on this season already, and I could see some standout or breakout. I ain't gonna call them stars, but I could see some that would draw the audience in. They just
Hmm.
probably need to pair them better in their situations, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Um,
see that come to a fruition next episode 3,
yeah.
because this will be the first
Um,
time where everyone's together.
yeah. Uh, let's talk about Cisco. Um, he's
Hmm.
that's a fine specimen now.
Hmm. Hmm.
And
A nice
I
beef
get
tip
it.
right there.
Oh my God. Calm down before I spray you with water. Calm down. You
Ah,
up the
he
street
be
now,
alright.
mug. Hey, you up the street now, so calm down. Cause I
Look, he
spray
alright.
you some water.
Yeah, he friendly on the eyes. He alright.
He is. I love the salt and pepper hair.
Yeah.
I was laughing when he took his shirt off because everybody was like, dang, is that how he coming? Like, really already? And the brother was hot. Like, let him make it. I mean, the before he took his shirt off, like he had not beads of sweat, he had streams of sweat pouring down. Like the brother was
Yeah,
hot. Give him
he
some
was hot.
water. Right.
He
Um,
doing guy things. That's what guys do. So hey, hey,
he an old man.
that's
He was doing what old people do. We strip, okay? A lot of stuff we don't wear. Drawers, bras. We come, hey, socks. Listen. So hey, you can't judge the man. You just gotta give him some grace. He said he was hot. But there was something, and I appreciate him talking to Tay. I like her spirit. I saw a lot of comments in the group about her dress. Her dress was very nice. Um, it might have been too much because it was like see through with the flowers, deep cut V with, and it was short. She definitely got the attention. But what really caught me was when she was having a conversation with Cisco. And he came out the gate and told her, like, look, I cheated before. And she gave him like the utmost respect for that. And I think that takes a lot of emotional maturity because there are many of us, there are many of us, there are many of us that you're like, oh, well, once a cheater, always a cheater. And we don't know the complete circumstances. And I think a lot of us, especially older ladies, are too quick to judge, and instead of giving him the it's not even grace, but just giving him the thanks for being straightforward and coming out the gate with that, because he could have waited but 8 weeks and then it would have came out and then it probably been a problem. You know what I mean? What you
yeah.
think?
No, I agree. I think that him coming out with it, that says a lot about what it did to his previous relationship. So he went through, he
Don't
lost
ignore me.
somebody.
You
Huh?
ignoring me. Don't ignore me.
No. I refuse. You know what I'm saying? I'm embracing wisdom. But you know what I'm saying? No, I think he just, sometimes when you've been through something, you
Yeah,
tend to lead with that. That first date is why we all ears. And all of us been through it where we go on that first meeting and we listening, both of us, everybody listening, because we're trying to hear what's your presentation. And normally when people get to chit chatting on that first or second date, that's where you can find out what they've been through. And
yeah,
because and you can kind of get some insight a little bit on, okay, so he's been through this or this that. So for him to come out and say, hey, I was the one that cheated and we are not together because of it, that says a lot as far as, hey, I messed up and lost somebody that was somebody, I and I blah blah blah. And now that's something for her to be aware of, that he has that. That's an area of weakness for him, and it's just a matter of assessing how he's developed in that. We don't know what led to that. Some people,
Right.
at that time, like you say, he was young. So, him being the guy that he's packaged to be, his diversion would obviously be to follow into what, the line of that, I'm sure it was already being thrown at him. It wasn't hard,
Yeah.
but right now, he don't lost some things that brought it home. So we'll see with Tay and with the other ladies how he flirts the line.
Yeah.
If he, if it's still in him. And
Yeah.
with Tay, we're gonna see if she's developed some strength to not fall so easy and choose to be blind. Because her explanation of her breakup was, we went our separate ways. And then he cheated. So to me, even though it may sound cute, that's a problem, because
Yeah.
you have a disassociation issue when you can't come on out and say, no, y'all didn't gravitate apart. He fucking cheated. So when you can't even say it to the point of realizing that's the truth, and you
Yeah.
created a safe description for yourself, that is a problem. Because I
I
don't
think it's
need
the lack
you.
of acknowledgement.
Yeah, and it could be, all kind of things, acknowledgement, her safe space of trying to deal, and that's all okay. But I don't need that type of interpretation, because if you are soft wrapping everything, and what's going to happen when you start to feel? Because she had some
Yeah.
passion when she was like, he cheated, and I'm like, so it's in you. It's just you keep trying to pillow talk your feelings instead of communicating. Hey, they cheated and we grew
Yeah.
apart. That's a totally different, more mature, direct way of saying, okay, this is what I've been through. We grew apart though. And you can
Right.
lead from there, versus we grew apart. And you're not giving me no fairness. So if I do something that even remotely looks like that, you already on my shit. And I don't know why you grew apart. So it's representation, representative of how they speak today.
Yeah.
That's today they speak real vague. Everybody talks in code and all these filters instead of just coming on out with it. And normally, unfortunately, for a lot in this generation, it takes till they get 40, 50 before they learn how to start talking how they feel. So for those
Right.
of us that are more developed in that department, that's a little frustrating, because you're looking for authenticity and they're speaking to you in crypto. And
Right.
you're looking like, so we'll see how it goes. Him and Tay have an attraction for sure. Now,
Yeah.
will it spark a flame? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the willingness to be open at the gate.
Yeah,
Sometimes
they both get
sometimes
plus for that.
yeah, sometimes you can overshare though too, and you can throw a crook in the potential connection. Um, there was one thing that Will said that caught my attention, right? And I think we have discussed this previously about the pressure of the because the time frame is so short, right? Um, it's very short, so it's a lot of pressure, and I think that they didn't or because I think from your experience, other seasons have been able to link up with previous seasons, right? To get like a brief synopsis of what to expect, right?
Uh, I will more so say in the circle of their own network,
Yeah,
other castmates by virtue of their, they do run across, and some may network
yeah,
and reach out. It's not uncommon for various cast members of various seasons to kind of pass the torch and or give some insight. Everybody got that person on that prior season that they follow. So once
yeah,
you in the own
absolutely.
family, and yeah, that happens. Now them, I'm not sure. I wonder, because
But I
of the
was saying
space
in
and gap.
general, is that kind of a common thing because that was one of Will's notes that look, you want us to build these connections with these ladies and some of us don't move at the speed of light. Like a lot of us aren't flash. Some of us are
That's
slow to warm up to people
Yeah,
And
no, that's
and
that. I
that worked
wouldn't lean
against
that.
him.
Yeah, I wouldn't lean what he's saying on prior knowledge or insight from other cast members. That might just be truly his speed. Um, it would, he to me would be the guy that would be dating a girl for a while because
Hmm.
he needs more time. Versus some of the men, it don't take them that long to catch that spark. Whether it lasts or not is they don't mind finding out, but their instinct is a bit more sharp. And I think with Will being married before twice and everything plays a part in his selection process. So I don't blame him for wanting to take it slow to figure out what's going on because he may have originally been because he's an older guy, so he may
Yeah,
have originally come off as he may have been a young man that was real. Hey, I like you. You're the one. Fuck it, let's go. But then through two divorces, it could change you to where he
yeah,
like, you know what, you know, let me just take some time and get to know you. So when
yeah,
you put someone that's have their own pace in an environment like Ready to Love or any other speeding date type show, that's going to be a rush because now you're telling them, okay, you got 4 minutes to make a connection with 10 people, and you have 10 other people cutting into that same cake. And if they get a hook, like Will when he was walking by one of the women that he took an interest, he popped the joke to the first girl, okay, it didn't hook. He got to the second girl, it was so so. But then he got to goodness gracious, it's like I see the scenes in my head, but he got to another and she was speaking with a gentleman and she actually turned her body language towards him. And I was like, okay, so had he had more time, that could have went somewhere. But under that kind of environment, nah. So
yeah,
for him being a nervous guy, I could see how him laughing his way through that would fit.
yeah. It just didn't. I mean, you're not gonna appeal to everybody. I think he was a nice looking gentleman. I definitely love his career choices.
Yeah, he's
Um,
handsome.
yeah, I get it. He's been married twice, and I understand.
Hmm.
So, for those of us that have been in that type of situation where we've been married more than once, we are very slow to burn, meaning, you have to have extreme patience, because that's something that we've learned through, our many nuptials. So, yeah, I didn't think he was a good fit. He left with his head up high, which was good. Like, I mean, he really didn't have a choice, but he wasn't bitter about anything. Um, let's talk about. I don't want to do too much on Sahara, excuse me. I don't want to do too much on her. Because she is an anomaly. Uh, let's talk about the ladies the men liked and disliked, and then the men that the ladies liked and disliked. That took us out of episode 2. So the men like Tay, Rose, and Rocky. I want Rocky to do better with her hair. As a self-proclaimed bald-headed person with the platinum joint, listen, we are prided. Like, some people say this is a pixie cut. I don't know what it is. I just got bored and cut all my hair off, and then I was like, you know what? I want to change the color. So, yeah, but if you're gonna rock a short hairdo, yeah, you gotta keep that up. They on the in the groups, they were saying that it was a wig, and I was like, no, that's her hair. It's just not. It's not done. Yeah, they were saying they called it some kind of wig, and I was like, nah, that's coming out her scalp, B. But it's not. Yeah, ma. You need to put some argan oil on that. Get you some curlers or some flat irons or something, and touch that up or something. Some gel, slick it down. Go get some finger waves or something. But yeah, you coming and you meeting, people, and you on national TV. Come on, babe. Like, come on. The spaghetti straps was strapping. Like, come on, come on,
Hey,
stop it.
that's Rocky. That's
Nah, but
Rocky.
I don't care if it was Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, I've been doing these recaps for quite a while, and every season we as entertainment commentators, bloggers, people all in the groups on Facebook or whatever got something to say about the look. Either your clothes look busted, your toes is over, the front of your shoes. This baby, it's a helmet that's on her head. Babes, come on. Thank goodness she had a personality, you know, but come on. Like 10 extra minutes, that's why we cut our hair. So we ain't got to do all that extra bumping and curling and weaving and sticking and sewing and braiding. We got to do all that. So come on. Like you hurting the selectively bald headed community. Like, come on, get it together. But I definitely agree with the guys. They like Tay Rose and Rocky. Uh they're ladies, you on mute, you know. You on mute. Now I can't hear you. You just you huh? Okay. And it says okay, you back on mute. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about the ladies that they were not feeling by the end of episode 2. Now, mind you, I am talking about the second group, right?
Okay.
But I'm only talking about the second group. Because I ain't gonna hold you. The first episode, I was dozing. I think I caught myself snoring. I think. I don't know if I was having a sleep apnea moment, but I wasn't with us. I because it was one of them back of the throat snores, and I popped up, and something else was on TV. No, real like because I DVR the shows, right, and then when it's done, it'll come up with an error with a message saying delete now or not delete, and that's what was on my TV screen. So, and I tried to, and listen, that I have not deleted that because I was like, I need to run, I need to look at it, I need to look at it, I need to look at it, and it's just not, it's not holding me to complete the assignment. Like after they do the eliminations with Sahara and Will, I was like, okay. Anyway, so for episode 2, they were not feeling Shanice, um, and I understood why. She's a beautiful girl, um, but we don't know nothing about her other than she has a million businesses and that she does Pilates. That's it. And that was all she continuously wanted to talk about, which nobody's trying to shade your shine, but the whole purpose of the mixer was to mix and mingle and for people to get to know you. They could go research your businesses, like that's later on, like you know what I mean.
Baby, she wrote them businesses off like a resume.
She did,
I
and
said,
and that
my God.
and to a certain degree, that's a turnoff.
Right, very clear.
Yeah.
Yes, there was no argument there.
They weren't feeling Sahara. And this is the consensus of the guys. They said she was too strong.
Yeah, one
Um,
of them.
I think that's just who she is. Like you either eat it or leave it. Like it's not a no gray area. And
Yeah.
I think that after you've gone through enough frogs in the pond and waded through enough pee, right? Through the river, you develop this thick skin to where that's what you put forward first. And I think that's just who she is. Now with her thing with the earth being flat, she killing me with that. I'm gonna need her to get that together. I'm gonna need her to scoop that up and work that out. Um and to be so adamant about it is a turnoff. Um but and then we talked about Cooley. They said she had a wall up and was very aloof, like she just chose not to delve into finding out about anybody else. And for the most part, I agree. I do agree. I do think that they were a little top heavy on Tay, because all the dudes love Tay. And I'm like, all y'all get to date her, but all y'all ain't gonna be able to choose her. And it was weird because a lot of the dudes that was like, yeah, Tay, and Tay wasn't feeling most of the dudes. Like, she liked Fritz, she liked Cisco, Khalil, uh, he liked her, but she didn't like him. So I was like, what are y'all on? Um, so now we're gonna get into the woman's likes, the women, who they like. And it's crazy because their list was much longer than the guys. Yeah. So they liked Fritz, the traveler. I liked him too. I liked his easygoing conversation. You know. They liked Cisco. I think they liked him for his outside, not too much on the inside. Because there was only a couple of ladies that I saw that actually he was able to go into depth about who he is. They liked Hussein, the interior decorator. I I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna come back to that. They like Khalil. I, he was real boring to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Some ain't. I don't know. Some ain't adding up with him. Like he got too many answers ready for the questions. That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. They liked Cam, which was the other firefighter. I wonder how him and Deanna is gonna work out, or if they're gonna come together with that commonality. Because normally I haven't seen many firefighter couples. I've seen a firefighter and an EMT or a paramedic. More than I've seen two firefighters, just because of their rigorous schedules. So the ladies did not like. Now they liked Cam, but then you had some ladies that didn't like Cam. Rose didn't like Cam because he didn't answer her question the way she wanted to answer. She asked him, was he religious or was he spiritual? And the answer that he provided just did not check her box. Looks wise, he was in there, but you're not religious or spiritual. She had an issue with that. And I thought that was a little judgy. Because again, you have to think about the guy's line of work. Like, he may have beliefs, he just may not be comfortable sharing them with you, and you just immediately shut him down because he's not saying what you want him to say. Tay did not like Khalil. She said there was no connection, but the gag is Khalil liked Tay. So I wonder if they're gonna work that out. I can't read my own writing. Hold on. I don't even know who that is. Sahara. She did not really. I don't know. She was like there, but she didn't really care. I don't know. It's hard to get a read on her right now. Cooley, she didn't like Will. She said he was bald and didn't listen. Yeah, surface stuff. If you give the man, you have to give him a safe space, and I don't think he felt safe enough to let the wall down so he wouldn't be so nervous, and so he could alleviate all that laughing. And Rose didn't like Will. She said he was giving the homie vibe. And that's okay. Some of us rather start out as friends than homie lover friends. So that's okay. Um, well, Will, wherever you at, wish you luck in the future.
Apologies. I was listening to you and actually agreeing with everything as I was de-escalating my village.
Oh no,
Yes.
no, I understand it.
No,
I
I
understand.
agree with
I
everything you
understand.
saying. Spot on. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know
Yeah, we,
what.
I just think he's a take it a day at a time. They have the whole group meeting next episode, so we'll get to see both parts of each part of the mixer, how they vibe, to see if any of those noted interactions that they made in their separate mixers change once they meet the rest of the group. As we know, it's gonna change. Stuff is gonna change. Because you didn't get to see them other people, and then you see them other people, you like, hold on, that's the most selection I put my hands on. So yeah. Um it's a couple of things I just want to touch on. And then I'm gonna give it back to Tamasha to close us out before we get closed out. Um, this is what we do. We give our honest and unbiased opinions. Y'all, we'll be doing this every week. Um, make sure y'all follow us. Shout out to Kamisha Reviews, She Live TV, Ready to Chit Chat. Um, we appreciate y'all for pushing us to get where we are right now. Uh, stay tuned. We got other stuff coming on both of our channels and together. Again, my girl is in Houston, so we finna come where you at. Hey, Tamasha, what you got for me? Hello, Tamasha.
My bad, Smooth. I was handing out ass whoopings. Listen, as
You
far
you
as the
just said it
show,
on the live, bro.
listen, I got to do my
Listen
one
here.
two spank. I said, hey, time out, time out. Then they're fighting over that toy. I said, goodness gracious. But it's okay. It's resolved. Now, it is my hope that we do see what's going on. I wonder how the mixer turns out. So now that everybody's going to come together, I hope that's cool. I do agree as well. Shout out to everyone that has had us on some kind of panel or channel. I enjoy the time navigating around, still playing too. So make sure everyone keeps up with everyone. And of course, as we go forward, we'll have more stuff on our channels so we can advertise and market that better for our community. And make sure you guys tune in every week, every Friday, 7 o'clock. Ready Love, season 10. We'll be on episode 3. And of course, keep your ears to them streets to follow Crystal, Kamisha, Monica Wright, or Girl What's the Tea, Ready Chit Chat. We got plenty. Got Aubrey, actual Aubrey. So it's going to be a pretty full house, depending on who's all going to get out in the street. So we'll see what it looks like going forward. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
we're gonna try to have a guest next week. Um, try to. If I can get her to watch the episode, we'll be good. Talk to her tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about, Tamasha. I ain't gonna give y'all no
Yep.
names because y'all nosy as hell. Um, but we're gonna add more to the channel, more people. Me and Tamasha, I ain't gonna say we got. Well, I ain't gonna use that word, but we were talked to very aggressively. Let me look in the camera. Aggressively to get this up and running. And we did. So, uh, I appreciate y'all. Obviously, I appreciate my girl Tamasha, one in a million, her
Anytime,
baby.
baby.
Um, because I don't do this internet thing, so please bear with me. I'm learning. Um, I haven't eaten today, so I'm a little hangry. You know how Tarses are about our food. Um, if you are looking for me in the city, I'll be at DNL Lounge March 15th On the north side, I have a few more gigs coming up, but tomorrow I'll be at LA Burgers and Daiquiris, not DJing, definitely vibing with the band and singing along, and with my White Russian daiquiri. So that's 3755 McGregor. If y'all want to come out, North McGregor. So if y'all want to come out, pop out with us, come sing a song with the band, or just vibe, something different other than twerk music all day. No shade, just saying. Tamasha, what you got? Tamasha.
Y'all be sure to look. I had to make sure I got a teddy bear. I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of transaction. But make sure that you guys hit us up. Be looking for me on Sundays for Television Boulevard. You'll be seeing the flyer. Other than that, I'll catch y'all in these streets. Of course, I'm just getting to this new area, so I'm looking forward to seeing what Houston has to offer and seeing what 2025 gonna do. As we all know, our government is going wild. So it is important for us to have some fun while we are in the midst of all this work. So yeah. I'll see y'all next week.
Oh, yeah. So Tamasha is definitely on doing her mommy thing right now. And I appreciate it. I support it. But once again, thank you all for joining us today.
Yes.
I'm DJ Smooth, SMOOV, because I'm badly intelligent. I got my girl Tamasha 1 in a million.
Yeah.
If you need us, you know where to find us. If you're looking for us, open your eyeballs. Bars.
Let
You like that? That was off the dome. You like that? You
me
like
find
that?
out you a rapper. Let me find out you a
No.
rapper.
I used to date a few, but no. I stay in
I
my
understand.
perspective lane. I do spoken word though. I am a poet. If you
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am a wordsmith. So yeah, I got you.
Okay.
But yeah, this is how we doing it, y'all. We appreciate everybody. I don't know why I'm trying to run this time out, but we'll check y'all next week. Same time, same date, same bat channel right here. Be clear. And we love everybody.
Peace.
Peace.